a brand new weekend of racing here at Los Alamitos. I am your host, Jose Contreras, here for the LosAlamitos.com preview show, joined by the voice of Los Alamitos, Michael Wrona. Michael, how you doing on this Thursday afternoon here?
I'm very relaxed at home on the couch after last week's trip to Colorado. I see that you have taken up the traveling baton, and apparently you're on assignment this week.
I am on an assignment, a special happy birthday trip to my brother-in-law, hanging out with the in-laws out in the desert. And we're going to enjoy a day out on the town today, celebrating our birthday in the family. So it's good to be on a little bit of a traveling spell right now as we get going on this Thursday afternoon. Michael, I ran out of gel. I have an excuse. I got to wear my hat, but I saw you have a nice hat on your head. What kind of hat is that?
Yes, well, I had the same problem as you, Jose. It's just terrible when I have a bad hair day, you know. So, no, I'm excited about the return to action. Well, we're recording on a Thursday afternoon, but Friday night, US time, who is the insignia on this cap, was the world's top-rated sprinter for a year or two. He had a very memorable win at Royal Ascot, when a supposed high-profile match race against the Wesley Ward-trained Golden Pal kind of fizzled out when Golden Pal missed the start badly, but Nature Strip still won brilliantly. And anyway, he's been a terrific horse for years, and the new season's just underway in Australia. He just turned 9, and he's resuming on Friday night in Sydney at Royal Randwick. So even though I think he's vulnerable and a light of other days, I still thought I'd trot out my Nature Strip cap because the Aussie racing is heating up. I'll be starting to write some weekly articles for Sky Racing World probably in about 2 weeks from now across September, October, November, previewing.
I like it. I like it. Oh, maybe that's something to tune in and kind of keep tabs on that season and that great Nature Strip getting back in action. Before we get the show, I want to do a tip of the cap to you. I thoroughly enjoyed your race call of the big Grade 1 Go Man Go. It was a terrific race call. I enjoyed it start to finish, and even through the gallop out, mentioning that Scoops Dynasty racing into the Champion of Champions field.
Yes, and how well-deserved was that breakthrough in his 4-year-old season. He had gone so close so many times. I know you liked him very much on Saturday night. I thought that Impressum had to be vulnerable from the number 2 post position, which then became the rail after a scratch. I thought London Toby also had a look. I thought either of those horses, Scoops Dynasty or London Toby, had a big look at the outcome in the Go Man Go. London Toby, even though he began well, drifted out too far, and he can't accelerate fast enough in those first 50 to 75 yards against the top liners. But Scoops Dynasty, full marks to him, and it's great to know that he has cemented his place in the season-ending Champion of Champions.
Yeah, and a special shout out to Evasive, taking down the stakes event, the claiming futurity for Scott Willoughby, Dr. Ed Allred. Nice price selection there on top. And also, he's lonesome off the layoff.
Very good. Very sharp.
He looked very, very sharp. So congrats to the connection. Lindolfo Diaz winning that one. So a very nice stakes triple to end the card on Sunday night at Los Alamitos, capping off there with Scoops Dynasty. And going back to that Grade 1 Go Man Go analysis, I was very impressed with the in defeat effort by Scoops Dynasty last time out, even more so than before. So that really told me that he was kind of elevating towards the level of Impressum. And I just thought drawn towards the outside of Impressum might give him an opportunity, and he needed every bit of that top effort to hold off the champion.
The only thing that worried me coming into the Go Man Go was it was only 3 weeks since Impressum and Scoops Dynasty had that gut buster, and that's why I thought London Toby from the outside post had a sneaky chance of getting involved. But, I mean, they just keep turning up. Impressum ran a terrific race, of course, in defeat, and Scoops Dynasty, they just keep producing, don't they? And I'm guessing now that the connections will back off and give each horse a little bit of a breather because they're both qualified. And you would think that they'll start working backwards from December on their calendar.
Yeah, I think so. Now that they both have locked in their spots, now it's time to kind of plan how to get to that big race at the end of the season. So good to see that rivalry renewed, and Scoops honestly turns the tables on Impressive in the Go Man Go. We'll end the show. I'll end the show showing a replay of that terrific matchup last weekend. Let's get to this week. It's a compact 8-race card. We've been trending towards 10 races lately, but 8-race card this Saturday night. And we are approaching the start of our next daytime thoroughbred season, which is next week. So get ready, Michael. You're going to be doing the double headers. You'll be working the vocal cords with the double headers. By the time we record next week, we'll be talking about daytime and nighttime racing as well, Losel.
We will? Mate, I can't keep up. I would have guessed it was the week after, but I'm really not sure.
Am I getting ahead? Maybe I'm getting ahead.
I don't know, but all I know is we have a couple of weeks coming up in September. But
you know what? I'm getting ahead because you're right. Del Mar runs through that weekend, so I'm jumping ahead. Yes.
Okay. Well, that comes as a relief because just as you're on assignment this week, you'll be passing the baton back to me next week, and I might have had some bad news for the betrothed if you're telling me I've got to turn up next Friday afternoon at Los Al.
Yes, I'm getting ahead. I'm thinking that we're already in the second week of September. No, we're kind of leaning into this starting September with this week of the races. So I'm the one ahead. Okay. I was just trying to keep you on your toes.
Fair enough.
All right, let's talk about this weekend's 8-race program, Saturday night. You're going to take us to race number 3. By the way, I'm going to do a recap of what happened with our selections last week. Last week, I had Big Cheddar. Michael, he stayed wide, ended up losing by a neck. That was a tough beat for my selection, Big Cheddar. Favorite Nuke for Christopher Wade got into traffic trouble. He got into some traffic trouble, so Favorite Nuke wasn't able to get there. But your selection, one Racy Corona, was very impressive off of that workout we both liked.
Yes, won extremely well.
Yes.
Unfortunately, the odds weren't there. But all I can do when making these selections is base it on the morning line. Yeah. And as I said on the preview show last week, I thought 9-5 was an overlay. I thought the horse was more like a 6-5 even money shot. Unfortunately, ended up odds on.
Yeah.
But won like a 1-9 shot. I mean, it was a pulverizing victory to keep that Jose Mendez, the Jose Flores, and Johnny Trotter steam train just chugging along. So it was a nice piece of work by a very talented horse, no doubt.
Really was.
Just unfortunate that I'm not going to be thumping my chest over giving out an odds-on winner, but I thought I was giving out a 9-5 winner.
Well, look, if whenever you can find a standout like that, you can roll into doubles or roll in pick threes and maybe improve your odds that way. So maybe that's the way to go, and that was a good selection by one Racy Corona. Let's talk about Saturday night. You're taking us to race number 3. Race number 3 is a 1,000-yard allowance. We got a pretty nice field of 7 runners. You're going towards the 6th, New Park, who just comes out of a 3rd place finish last time out.
I haven't gone round the turn for a selection on the preview show in a very long time, but I did like the effort last time out by New Park, who in his local debut on July 22nd won very easily and was claimed from trainer Adam Kitchingman, an Aussie, by the way, by Keith Craigmile, who added blinkers for the August 19 race we're about to show you. Interesting move to change the equipment anytime the horse is coming off a win. And blinkers or not, the horse just wasn't able to cross from the outside post position in the grey silks. Began well, had the head in front briefly, just couldn't work across, and maybe similar to Big Cheddar, your preview show pick last week, was forced to cover extra ground. The whole problem was accentuated, Jose, around the turn by this number 5 horse in the red silks with the white sleeves, who wanted to get out every step around the bend and carried my horse New Park unnecessarily wide. You can see how much room there is for the 3 horse along the rail. That's because my horse is getting carried out to the 6 path.
And at that point, it's so difficult to keep up, not only when you're getting floated wide, but also when you're trying to accelerate against a turn. So that momentum is just, you're pretty much toast. But I mean, he didn't get beat by much, all things considered.
Well, right as they turned for home, I thought weakening out of it. But then a few strides later, he was trying to come again, and he was getting involved once more, at least for a minor placing. And I just thought it was game the way that he balanced up and tried to fight his way back into it. And I just thought that it was a very nice performance, and that this race, and the main reason I like him for Saturday night, I just don't see as much pace pressure. I think this is a softer pace scenario. We have number 4, well fancied on the morning line, so I'm told at 3-1. But this is a miler with Slow Works, who's been off 3 months. I just can't see where So I'm Told is involved early. There's just not much pace. You've got Dr. Troutman, a veteran performer, at 4-1 out of gate 5, but at the 1,000 yards, he'll be no pace factor. The query is probably the rail horse, Stormy Samurai, who does have speed, but is really iffy in the gate and leaving the gate. The horse can act up. The horse can miss the start. The horse has a lot of problems. I just think that even if Stormy Samurai does begin well, New Park will be outside him. I don't expect him to be 3 wide. I just don't see the same pace pressure in this field. And based on how game he was after being carted off the course around the turn last time, I think he's the one to beat for sure.
It's going to be a nice way to kind of be part of the anchor of the Pick 4. This is the start of the Pick 6 as well with the 8-race program. So Mike Wrona going with a New Park, who's second time off the claim. And I thought maybe someone else will take a little bit more money. I'll be interested to see how much money the 1 takes, Michael. I think this is a runner that you're going to get fair odds on. I don't think you're going to get bet down as much as other horses in this spot. I think the 1 will take money. I think the 5 will take money.
Yeah, and let me give you a long shot to consider for the exotics. Okay. Number 2, Speeding Style is 8-1 on the morning line. This horse, off a claim by Jorge Farias, has fired a 45.8 bullet work locally. And, maybe there's a bit of hidden speed there. You have to look back a long way in the past performances to really find serious speed. But he's a horse that can race handy and maybe finish in the money at good odds. So I'm very keen on New Park on top. And
all right, I like Speeding Style. I don't have the percentages as far as jockey trainers in front of me, but I feel like Henry and Jorge Farias specifically, they do very well when they team up. So this could be a nice long shot to look forward to there with Speeding Style. So, Michael, you're going with New Park. Let's see if we can get some speed out of him and hopefully avoid a wide trip through the turn.
Hoping so. Yep. If he gets around the turn in the 2 path, I think he's really tough to beat.
All right, Michael. And I was just trying to scare you. Don't worry. The daytime is a couple of weeks away. Not this weekend. I was trying to keep you on your toes.
Yes. My heart did skip half a beat, but all right. We always look forward to the daytime action, but it's nice to be able to work evenly and calmly towards it on the calendar instead of a last-minute panic.
I like that. So enjoy the rest of your Thursday afternoon. I'll see you this weekend at Los Al.
Good on you, mate. Hooroo.
The Los Alamitos traditional Pick 6 continues to rise. On July 2nd, a carryover of nearly $15,000 led to a total pool of over $150,000. On July 9th, a carryover of $15,000 led to a total pool of nearly $160,000. Plus, with no jackpot provisions, the Los Alamitos Pick 6 can pay big time every time. And if we don't have a carryover going into Sunday night, we'll add $10,000 to the pool. That's right, the fast-rising Los Alamitos Pick 6 is one of the country's best.
Yes, we ain't kidding. I feel like we're repeating ourselves every week, Chris, because the Pick 6 keeps growing. Last week, I think we had a Pick 6 approaching $95,000, if I remember correctly. It was a great pool, and of course, they've been paying very, very well. So the $2 Pick 6 at Los Alamitos, it's been growing over the last year or so.
Yeah, it's a great bet. We had like the $10,000 seed money pumped in there, and it gets $95,000 plus. It was a record pool for no carryover Sunday. It's a great promotion, and anything to pump up those, any kind of prize pumps up that return of mental. It always pays very well.
Yeah. Even with like a quote unquote free square of a leg last week with Impressive and Scoops Honesty, a lot of people could have gone too deep or single either or. It still paid great. Even the late pick 4 that day on Sunday paid over $4,000.
Oh yeah,
closing out with Scoops.
Yeah, it was incredible. The prices were something along the lines of 7-2, 7-2, 9-1. Your horse at evasive at 5-1. Then you got 8-5, and it come back $4,000 in change. So any kind of return, you beat a favorite, and you're going to get returned.
That's it. Yeah, I had I'm going to toot my own horn here. I think I had the last 3 top picks. It was Heat Lonesome, Evasive, and of course Scoops. But still, the most difficult for me that I wasn't able to have was the Paul Jones returning for Weaver Downs. That horse had previously won here at Los Al, and again looked impressive with trouble to be able to rally and win going away. To me, that was the most difficult as far as the late pick 4 sequence. Not only that made the late pick 4 pay, but also, of course, the pick 6 was very, very well returned because of that winner. So congrats to Paul Jones. And the connections with that returning winner from Weaver Downs. Let's recap what happened last week. I kind of mentioned it during the Michael Wrona segment. My selection, Big Cheddar, stayed wide, 3 wide throughout, ended up losing by a neck. The wide trip again cost Big Cheddar. And, of course, your selection had no shot. Favorite Nuke after getting absolutely troubled at the start there in that race.
Yeah, he got broke a little slow, got squeezed back, bumped back, lost multiple lengths. Finished okay for third, but by that time the outside runners were long gone on the front end. But he's going to be one of those next time runners for me, probably once again.
Yeah, it will be one of those horses that we don't want to give up as far as playing those ones back. So again, I'll probably give Big Cheddar another look next time out, and you'll probably give Favorite Nuke another look next time out whenever they run back. Let's talk about this Saturday night. 8 races on the card. You're taking us to the last race on the program. Here are the past performances. Favorite Runaway is where you're going to take us. The inside post for Juan Alaman. He broke slow last time out when he was 7-1. Ended up beating about 2 lengths in that event.
Yeah, he was drawn up against Maximum, who's going to be your favorite in the 8th event. They come out of the same race, drawn up against each other. They both had trouble. But Favorite Runaway was a first-time starter off an A- and A straight A workout pattern. He was 7-1. He broke slow. He was bumped back and crossed. He was guzzled pretty much throughout. He finished very well, far back under a hold, and he galloped out really well. So with an added race, a needed race out of the way, I think this horse is going to improve immensely and run to that final half of the affair with a decent, clean getaway from the rail.
Here's the replay. He was in gate 4 in this field of 6.
Yeah, he's in gate 4. Maximum getting a little rambunctious in the gate prior. He broke slow, leaned back, and was bumped back and crossed right here, losing multiple lengths. And horse is throwing his head around, doesn't like the dirt in his face. And basically under a hold right here, tapped a little bit midway, but watch him finish nicely the final half of the affair. He's on his own, and he finished well. He galloped out very well into and through the turn, and pretty nice performance with all factored in, and with expected improvement off the needed race out of the way from that inside post, clear path. He's got to look at the outcome there at 72.
So that was the effort. He was 7-1 in that field. We saw Maximum finishing second by a nose in that effort. Maximum is drawn in gate number 5 tonight, and Maximum did go off as a favorite in that event. So Favorite Runaway switches to the inside post, but also you wanted to show the viewers the workout prior to that debut, right?
Yeah, this horse showed a lot of ability in that workout. I gave it a straight A, very impressive drill. So I'm going to give him a look off that workout and that troubled debut.
Here it is. Here's the workout. This is July 11th, and he was on the inside of this 2-team set.
Yes. You see, he broke a little bit slow head on, inward away from the gate. Lost about 3/4 of a length, but showed a good amount of speed midway, and was starting out very strongly with basically no ask. And it was very impressive. Nice sized individual, galloped out very well, and he ran pretty nicely from that inside post in that drill. So why not end the real race?
Yep. And again, he was 7-1 on debut. They paid $62,500 for him at the Heritage Place sale of 2022, and was bought by Mr. Link Newcomb. We've seen plenty of good runners campaign by Mr. Link Newcomb. So my favorite cartel out of Runaway Brook paid a good price, bred to obviously be better than what we saw in debut, and that workout was encouraging back on July 11th. So all that combined, you got to think we haven't seen the best of him just yet.
No, I think he's going to improve. With that, like I said, the needed race out of the way is going to improve. He ran well from the inside post in that workout, so why not give him another shot here? He's got a big look at the outcome with a clean getaway and straight run. So I'm going to give him a look there at 7-2 in that 8th and final event on Saturday night.
I'm pretty sure you would love him if he was drawn anywhere but the rail even more, right?
Yeah, anywhere. I'd love him. If he was in the outside post, I'd like him even more.
Yeah, that would be the key. No doubt that Maximum appears to be the horse to beat. But again, favorite runway, it looks like a horse that could improve their second time out. So that's going to be Chris's selection, race number 8, 300 yards. And actually, this for the Calbreds incentive, a few of them. Yeah, Calbred incentive on a few of these starts. So favorite runaway, Chris's selection on race number 8. A few of the simulcast signals have kind of wrapped up. Chris, are you still doing any signals for the nightlines?
Oh yeah, we're loaded up this week. It's the final week at Delta Downs, the final week of their Delta Downs Fairgrounds racing season. We're taking races, I think races 6 through 10. Then Retama Park, taking races 6 through 11 or 12, something along those lines. And we're even taking a few from Albuquerque. So it's a big menu this week for the simulcast wagering from Delta Downs, Retama Park, and also from Albuquerque, who starts the racing season this weekend.
All right, sounds good. All right, Chris, stay busy. Let's keep it moving, and hopefully we can get a few winners along the way this week. Have a good rest of your Thursday. I'll see you this Saturday at Los Al.
All right, bye. You have a good night.
The Los Alamitos traditional pick six continues to rise. On July 2nd, a carryover of nearly $15,000 led to a total pool of over $150,000. On July 9th, a carryover of $15,000 led to a total pool of nearly $160,000. Plus, with no jackpot provisions, the Los Alamitos pick six can pay big time every time. And if we don't have a carryover going into Sunday night, we'll add 10 grand to the pool. That's right, the fast-rising Los Alamitos pick six is one of the country's best.
Welcome back as we get rolling here and take another look at the card for Saturday night at Los Alamitos. I am going to go to race number 5. Race number 5 is where I'm going, and I like the looks of the number 1, Beauty and the Beast. And again, this is the start of the late pick 4 here. 1,000 yards, conditional claiming tag of 62.50 for these fillies and mares. Beauty and the Beast was a maiden winner back on July 16th, beating the boys. Came back against fillies only in that good allowance. Ended up finishing a pretty decent 4th, I thought. I thought it was a good effort for her first try against winners. She has defeated Meta the Dance a couple of times, and Meta the Dance appears to be one of the only main speed threats to pressure Beauty and the Beast. So I'm liking where Beauty and the Beast is coming into this race. Asylum is going up in class off of that claim. Moonlight in Heaven wasn't much of a threat. There was a bump start. Maybe that cost her a chance at a better effort. She's So Fancy. She's the main question mark. From Northern California, Jerry Wallace, Eric Garcia. Then Something Nefarious also can show speed from the outside post and is taking a drop in class. But I like the looks of Beauty and the Beast. Let's take a look at that replay. Beauty and the Beast had the outside post back on August 13th. She was 11-1 in this field.
Racing.
Breaks right in line with them, right on top. Hustles to the lead here under Adriana Escobedo, and she makes the lead fairly easy. Now, she's able to cross over, but again, she was 11-1. The 2-5 favorite was Lasting Love, who's tracking 2 or 3 wide there on the outside. But I like how easy Beauty and the Beast was able to kind of open up on this field and, show that speed that she had shown even through that maiden diploma. So even though she ended up fading to 4th in this effort, I was encouraged with that alertness out of the gate, the quickness, took the turn fairly well. And she didn't completely give way. And again, this was her first try against winners. Lasting Love, the outside horse, the 4 horse, was able to go by and win fairly easily. And Beauty and the Beast just could not keep up with that winner here. But she didn't miss second by much. She probably missed second by about 3/4 of a length, if that. So I was encouraged by that race here by Beauty and the Beast. She draws the rail, which probably means that she's going to have to be used along to be able to show that speed and clear from that inside post. But I think she's got the speed to do so. I like that she's dropping back in class to a claiming event. And I like that she faces a field that doesn't have a ton of speed. You could argue maybe the outside 2 runners could be 40 place. But I'll take Beauty and the Beast as my lock of the night and the key single for Saturday night in race number 5. That's going to do it for me here for this weekend preview at Los Alamitos. Again, stay tuned to those post times for this weekend at Los Al. We'll be following the Del Mar action. Approximate post time on Saturday, 7:15 local time there on the Pacific. But stay tuned to the Del Mar signal as we'll be following Del Mar after they conclude their day of racing on Saturday, and we'll get rolling at Los Al shortly after that. I want to wrap up the show by giving you one more look back, a replay into last weekend's Grade 1 Go Man Go, the rematch between Impressum and Scoops Dynasty. This time, Scoops Dynasty got the best of Impressum, prevailing by a neck and stamping a spot into the Grade 1 champions coming up in December. Enjoy this replay and have a good rest of your Thursday afternoon. I'll see you this weekend at Los Alamitos.
Pool, and the odds floated straight up again. Blinkerless for the first time. Sugarfoot. Interesting move by Jose Flores. Racing! And a collision between He Travels and Diamondback. He Travels right out of business. Famous Card, Fiddle Faddle, Foos, Rock, Snooty Girl, Evasive. They come past the 16th pole with Evasive going into the lead from Fiddle Faddle, Foos, Famous Card, and Evasive wins. Second, Fiddle Faddle, Foos. And I'm not sure about the third and fourth. They were swarming for the minor end of the spoil. Second goes to 5, Fiddle Faddle Foos. Third is 7, Famous Card. And fourth, 6, Rock's Snooty Girl. 2, 5, 7, 6 on the claiming futurity, which goes the way of Evasive. A sorrel gelding by Fly Through the Fire from the Stel Corona Dam, Wiley. This is the second winner on the program, bred in California by Ed Allred. Allred owns Evasive. Scott Willoughby, the winning trainer, and Victor Salazar has a riding double. Placings officially 2, 5, 7, 6. Racing! London Toby is away very sharply, although drifting out. Shotgun, Scoops Dynasty begin very fast. Impressum's away pretty well near the inside as they come past the gap. Scoops Dynasty with the lead. Impressum on the insides coming at him. Scoops Dynasty, Impressum. Scoops Dynasty has beaten Impressum by a neck in the Go Man Go as he races into the champion of Champions Field. London Toby third. The Great Go Man Go is honoured with this Grade 1 feature tonight at Los Alamitos, a 3-time world champion quarter horse, including becoming the first 2-year-old to ever claim that honour. He set track records and a world record, became a leading sire of money earners 4 times across the 1970s, not to mention a tremendous broodmare sire. Scoops Dynasty breaking through for a well-deserved victory as a 4-year-old. Here he is approaching the winner's circle for owner breeders Edward and Vanze McNeilis. Monte Rosa and Armando Cervantes combining for a double on tonight's program. Scoops Dynasty, a 4-year-old brown gelding by FDD Dynasty from the Dash and Buy Dam by Sweet Girl, bred in Idaho. Jose Contreras has the trophy presentation for the Go Man Go. Jose jumping out of the FanDuel TV set to do the trophy honours following this feature event, which catapults Scoops Dynasty into the field for December's Champion of Champions.